What if the very thing meant to preserve beauty ended up destroying it? In Hollywood, where youth is currency, some of the biggest stars pushed cosmetic surgery too far and paid the price with faces even fans could no longer recognize. The pressure to stay flawless is relentless, and for many celebrities, one procedure quickly turned into another, until there was no turning back. But what really went wrong? And could it have been avoided? In this video, we'll reveal the most shocking transformations, uncover the risky decisions behind them, and expose the moment everything changed, plus one story at the end that will truly leave you stunned. Donatella Versace's transformation stands as one of the most widely discussed evolutions in modern fashion history. In her earlier years, particularly throughout the late 1990s, she embodied a distinctly classic Italian glamour. Her appearance reflected a natural sophistication, shaped by both her creative leadership at Versace and the emotional weight she carried following the tragic loss of her brother Gianni Versace in 1997. As the early 2000s unfolded, subtle yet noticeable changes in her appearance began to draw public attention. Her facial features, once softer and less defined, appeared increasingly sculpted. Many observers noted what seemed to be a more refined nose, suggesting possible cosmetic reshaping. At the same time, her skin appeared smoother and tighter, often associated with facelift procedures or advanced dermatological treatments that became more common among public figures during that era. One of the most talked about aspects of her transformation has been her lips. Initially understated, they gradually became fuller and more prominent, likely enhanced with dermal fillers. Her cheeks also appeared more contoured over time, contributing to a striking but markedly different look from her earlier years. Changes around her eyes, possibly from eyelid procedures, further added to a more lifted and youthful appearance. Over the decades, Donatella's evolving image has continued to spark conversation, not only within fashion circles but across broader cultural discussions. Her journey highlights the intense pressure placed on women, especially those in the public eye, to maintain youth and beauty. Whether admired for her boldness or questioned for her choices, her transformation remains a defining part of her legacy. Simon Cowell's cosmetic journey has become nearly as recognizable as his famously candid critiques on television. As a leading figure behind global hits like American Idol and The X Factor, Cowell has spent decades in the public eye, where appearance often carries as much weight as talent. Unlike many celebrities, he has been relatively open about his efforts to manage the visible effects of aging. In the earlier years, Cowell admitted to using Botox to reduce fine lines and maintain a camera-ready look under intense studio lighting. At the time, these treatments appeared subtle and consistent with the broader trend among television personalities. However, as the years went on, observers began to notice more pronounced changes. His face appeared increasingly smooth and taut, suggesting a more aggressive approach that may have included fillers and skin-tightening procedures. The overall effect, at times, gave his features a stretched or overly refined appearance. His cheeks seemed fuller and more elevated than before, shifting the natural balance of his face. Meanwhile, his once sharply defined jawline appeared softer, and changes around his eyes, possibly from non-surgical treatments, contributed to a perpetually alert expression. These alterations sparked widespread public discussion, with reactions ranging from curiosity to concern. Perhaps most notably, Cowell later addressed the issue himself. In interviews, he acknowledged that he may have gone too far and expressed a desire to return to a more natural look. He has since indicated that he has reduced or stopped such treatments. Today, his experience serves as a broader reflection on aging in the spotlight, highlighting the fine line between maintaining one's image and preserving a sense of self. Courteney Cox's experience offers a thoughtful reminder that even the most recognizable faces in Hollywood are not immune to the pressures of aging in the spotlight. Best known for her role as Monica Geller on Friends, Cox was long admired for her natural beauty expressive features, and effortless charm. As time passed, however, she, like many in the entertainment industry, explored cosmetic treatments in an effort to preserve that youthful appearance. In the beginning, the changes were subtle and widely accepted. A small amount of Botox helped soften fine lines, while early use of fillers appeared to restore volume in a natural-looking way. But over time, these enhancements gradually accumulated. Her cheeks became noticeably fuller, her skin tighter and smoother, and the facial expressions audiences once connected with began to appear more restrained. For longtime fans, the difference was difficult to ignore. Cox later spoke candidly about her experience, acknowledging that the results no longer reflected how she saw herself. She described a domino effect, where one procedure led to another in an attempt to maintain balance, ultimately creating a look that felt overdone. The features that once defined her became less recognizable, replaced by a more sculpted but less natural appearance. In 2017, she made the conscious decision to dissolve her fillers and step back from excessive cosmetic interventions. Since then, Cox has embraced a more natural look, allowing her appearance to evolve with time. Today, she openly encourages acceptance of aging, demonstrating that authenticity, confidence, and self-recognition often leave a far more lasting impression than the pursuit of perfection. Mickey Rourke's story illustrates how cosmetic and reconstructive surgery, especially when driven by medical necessity, can lead to deeply unexpected results. In the 1980s, Rourke was widely regarded as one of Hollywood's most captivating leading men. With his rugged features and undeniable screen presence in films like 9½ Weeks and Angel Heart, he projected a raw, unconventional charisma that set him apart from more polished stars of the era. His life took a dramatic turn when he stepped away from acting to pursue professional boxing in the early 1990s. The physical toll was significant. Rourke suffered multiple facial injuries, including a broken nose and damage to his cheekbones. In an effort to repair this trauma, he underwent a series of reconstructive surgeries. By his own account, he had several procedures on his nose and additional work to address fractures in his facial structure, initially a reasonable attempt to restore his appearance. However, the results proved disappointing. Following these surgeries, his facial features appeared noticeably altered. The sharp definition that once characterized his look gradually gave way to a fuller, less angular appearance. In later years, additional cosmetic treatments, such as fillers and Botox, seemed to further soften and smooth his features, creating a look that some observers found unnatural. Public reaction was mixed. Many expressed sympathy, recognizing that his procedures stemmed from injury rather than vanity, while others found it difficult to reconcile his new appearance with the actor they once knew. In interviews, Rourke later admitted he regretted aspects of the process, even stating he had trusted the wrong surgeon. Yet despite these changes, his talent endured. His acclaimed performance in The Wrestler served as a powerful reminder that while appearances may change, true artistry remains. Priscilla Presley's experience is often cited as a cautionary tale about how a single misstep in cosmetic treatment can lead to years of lasting consequences. Once admired for her refined, understated beauty, and known to many as the former wife of Elvis Presley, she was long regarded as an enduring symbol of elegance. That perception shifted in the early 2000s after she placed her trust in an unlicensed practitioner. In 2003, Presley revealed that she had been injected with industrial-grade silicone, an illegal and dangerous substance not approved for cosmetic use. The results were severe. She developed lumps, facial irregularities, and scarring, particularly around her cheeks and lips. The natural softness and expressiveness that once defined her appearance were replaced by a tighter, more rigid look that many described as mask-like. Attempts to repair the damage proved both complex and ongoing. Over the following years, Presley underwent corrective procedures to remove or reduce the effects of the silicone. While some improvements were achieved, the initial damage was difficult to fully reverse. Her facial features appeared fuller and heavier than before, with more pronounced contours that differed from her earlier, more natural look. Additional treatments, including Botox and lifting procedures, further tightened her skin, especially around the eyes and forehead. There have also been reports of medical procedures to address damaged tissue, adding another layer of difficulty to her recovery. Today, her appearance reflects a long and challenging journey shaped not simply by aesthetic choices, but by the consequences of a deeply regretted decision. Lil Kim's transformation remains one of the most layered and widely discussed in modern popular culture. Rising to fame in the late 1990s, she was known for her bold fashion choices and distinctive look, which helped set her apart in the hip-hop world. However, her physical evolution did not begin purely as a matter of aesthetics. She has spoken openly about experiencing an abusive relationship that resulted in a broken nose, requiring reconstructive surgery, an event that marked a significant turning point. Following that initial procedure, gradual changes in her appearance became more noticeable over time. Her nose appeared increasingly narrower and more refined, suggesting ongoing adjustments beyond the original reconstruction. What may have started as corrective work seemed to evolve into repeated cosmetic enhancements. Alongside this, her cheeks grew fuller and more contoured, likely influenced by dermal fillers that reshaped the natural structure of her face. Additional treatments, including Botox, contributed to a smoother and tighter complexion. While this created a polished, camera-ready appearance, it also appeared to limit some of her natural facial expressiveness. Her lips, once proportionate, became more prominent over the years, further altering the balance of her features. Public conversation has also focused on her changing skin tone, which appears lighter compared to her early career. Lil Kim, however, has consistently denied using skin bleaching products, attributing these differences to lighting, makeup, and evolving styling choices. Today, her appearance reflects a complex journey shaped by personal hardship, reinvention, and constant public attention, making her story not only about cosmetic change, but also about resilience and identity. Joan Rivers was as well known for her openness about cosmetic surgery as she was for her sharp, fearless humor. A trailblazer in entertainment, she never pretended to embrace aging quietly. Instead, she spoke candidly, and often humorously, about her procedures, treating them as a normal part of her life rather than something to conceal. Her journey began relatively early, with an eyelid surgery in her early 30s, at a time when such choices were rarely discussed publicly in Hollywood. From then on, Rivers approached cosmetic enhancement with the same bold honesty that defined her career. Over the decades, she underwent a wide range of procedures, including facelifts, brow lifts, Botox treatments, rhinoplasty, and liposuction. Unlike many public figures, she incorporated these experiences into her comedy, often turning her surgeries into punchlines that resonated with audiences. As time went on, her appearance changed significantly. Her skin appeared increasingly smooth and tightly maintained, especially around the forehead and eyes. While these treatments helped create a more youthful look, they also seemed to limit some of her natural facial movement. The expressive features that once amplified her jokes became more controlled, giving her a refined, almost porcelain-like appearance. Her nose, reshaped over multiple procedures, became smaller and more symmetrical, further distinguishing her later look from her earlier years. Still, Rivers never expressed regret. She once described herself as a walking advertisement for plastic surgery, embracing both admiration and criticism with confidence. For Joan Rivers, cosmetic surgery was never about insecurity. It was a personal choice, delivered with honesty, humor, and unmistakable individuality. As we've seen, behind every dramatic transformation is a story, sometimes of pressure, sometimes of pain, and often of choices made in pursuit of something just out of reach. These celebrities remind us that the line between enhancement and excess can be incredibly thin, especially under the spotlight of constant public scrutiny. But perhaps the most important takeaway isn't about judgment. It's about awareness. In a world that constantly tells us to look younger, smoother, and more perfect, it's easy to forget the value of authenticity. Real beauty doesn't come from chasing an ideal that keeps changing. It comes from recognizing when enough is enough. If this video made you think differently about cosmetic procedures or the pressures of fame, take a moment to reflect on how these stories connect to our own lives. And if you found this insightful, make sure to stay with us, because the next video might just change the way you see beauty forever.
Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this video, please support us by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to us.